Welcome back students to another video lesson in the chapter of gravitation. Today will be the second part of our discussions on this lesson. In the previous video lesson we had discussed up till the kinematic equations of motion under gravity, and also briefly we had studied about acceleration due to gravity. Today the lesson will be regarding variation of acceleration due to gravity. So we all know that small g is given by gm by r square. So the question arises, what are the factors that are going to bring about a change in the value of acceleration due to gravity? So these are height or altitude, depth, shape of earth, and rotational motion of earth. So one by one we shall discuss how these factors bring about a change in the value of acceleration due to gravity. So let's begin with the first. Effect of height on acceleration due to gravity. Now for this we shall refer to a figure. We shall represent the mass of earth by m and the radius of earth by r. Let O be the center of earth. E is a point on the surface of earth where the value of acceleration due to gravity is g. We shall consider a position B which is at a height h from the surface of the earth, and at this point the value of acceleration due to gravity is g dash. Now we know that on the surface of earth acceleration due to gravity is given by gm by r square. So g dash is the acceleration due to gravity at a point B at height h above the surface of earth. Then g dash will be given by gm by r plus h whole square. Now if we mark these two equations as 1 and 2, then dividing 2 by 1 we get g dash by g equal to r square by r plus h whole square, as gm will get cancelled. Now we may write g dash by g to be equal to r square, and from the denominator if I take out r square common, then this will become 1 plus h by r whole square. So we can cancel out r square. So therefore g dash by g can be written as 1 plus h by r to the power minus 2. Now expanding the right hand side of this equation using binomial theorem, we know that h is very small as compared to r. So in case of using binomial expansion, we may ignore the higher order terms due to their extremely small values. So using binomial expansion, we can get g dash by g to be equal to 1 minus 2h by r. We have ignored the terms containing higher powers of h by r. So as h is quite small as compared to r, so the higher powers of h by r can be neglected. So we get g dash by g equal to 1 minus 2h by r. Or further we can write down g dash to be equal to g times 1 minus 2h by r. So from this equation we can understand that as we go up, the value of acceleration due to gravity decreases. This equation is used to find the value of g at a height when h is very small as compared to radius r of the earth. Now at this point I would also like to mention that when the height is comparable to the radius of the earth, then we make use of this particular equation, g dash by g equal to r square by r plus h whole square, to find the new value of g. So remember, for the values of h comparable to the value of radius of earth, we make use of this particular equation, and if h is very small, then we may use this equation. Let's discuss the second factor. Effect of depth. Again, we will make use of a diagram. Now in this case, we consider again Earth having a mass m. The center of Earth is O. So the radius is marked as r. At a point A on the surface of Earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity is given by g. We consider a position B at a depth x from the surface of Earth, and at this point the value of acceleration due to gravity is given by g dash. So obviously this distance will be given by r minus x. So again I repeat, consider that the Earth is a sphere of radius r and mass m. Then value of acceleration due to gravity at point A on the surface of Earth is given by g equal to gm by r square. Now if rho is the density of material of Earth, then mass of Earth m will be given by volume into density. Now Earth is a sphere, so volume is given by the volume of a sphere, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube, and that is multiplied with density. So on substituting this particular value of m in the above equation, we get g to be equal to capital G multiplied by mass, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube rho divided by r square, which gives us G to be equal to 4 by 3 pi G r into rho. Now if G dash, as I have marked in the diagram at point B, G dash is the acceleration due to gravity at point B at a depth x below the surface of Earth. A body at point B will experience force only due to the portion of the Earth of radius r minus x. The outer spherical shell whose thickness is x will not exert any force on body at point B. So if we assume that m dash is the mass of the portion of the Earth whose radius is r minus x, then we can write down G dash to be equal to Gm dash by r minus x whole square. So again, using a similar pattern, we can write down m dash to be equal to 4 by 3 pi r minus x cube into rho, volume into density. So therefore G dash turns out to be G into 4 by 3 pi r minus x whole cube rho divided by r minus x whole square. So therefore G dash is equal to 4 by 3 pi G into r minus x into rho. Now let us go back to the previous page. I am marking this as equation number 1 and this to be equation number 2. So again, if we divide these two equations, we get G dash by G to be equal to 4 by 3 pi G r minus x rho divided by 4 by 3 pi G r rho. We can cancel out the like terms. So we are left with G dash by G to be equal to r minus x by r. Therefore G dash will be equal to G 1 minus x by r. So this is the value for the acceleration due to gravity that decreases with depth. So the value of acceleration due to gravity decreases with depth also. So if x is equal to r, this means if we go to the center of the Earth, then G dash will be equal to 0. So obviously, with the study of the previous case, when the value of acceleration due to gravity was varying with altitude, and now when we have studied the variation of acceleration due to gravity with depth, we have understood that the value is maximum at the surface of Earth. The Earth possesses rotational motion about an axis through its poles. The value of acceleration due to gravity at a place at given latitude is affected due to its rotational motion. So, we shall study about the effect of rotation of Earth on the value of acceleration due to gravity. Now, prior to explaining how value of acceleration due to gravity at a place is affected due to rotational motion, let us try to understand what does this term latitude mean. The latitude at a point on the surface of the Earth is defined as the angle which the line joining that point to the center of the Earth makes with the equatorial plane. Now, as you can see in the picture, the center of the Earth has been marked with O. The radius of the Earth is R. So this is the equatorial plane in which you can see the radius has been marked. So we are considering the latitude of a place marked P. You can see the line joining P with O makes an angle lambda with the equatorial plane. So latitude is given by lambda. So at poles the value of latitude lambda is 90 degree and at the equator it is 0 degree. So coming back to the actual discussion, the earth completes one rotation about its axis in 24 hours. So as the earth rotates, a body placed on its surface moves along circular path and hence experiences centrifugal force. The magnitude of the centrifugal force varies with the latitude of the place. At the poles, the body moves along a circular path of 0 radius and hence centrifugal force on the body is also 0. On the other hand, at the equator, the body moves along a circular path of radius equal to that of Earth. Since it is the circular path of maximum radius, the centrifugal force on a body lying at the equator is maximum due to Earth's rotational motion. Therefore, the apparent weight of the body varies with latitude due to variation in the magnitude of centrifugal force on the body. The acceleration due to gravity decreases due to the rotational motion of the earth, and this effect is maximum at the equator and 0 at the poles. So now let us refer to the picture that is coming on the screen right now. Consider earth to be a sphere of mass m and radius r. Suppose that the earth rotates with a uniform angular velocity omega, as you can see in the picture, about an axis z dash passing through its poles. Then omega is given by 2 pi divided by 24 into 60 into 60 radians per second. Let us consider a body of mass m lying at a point P whose latitude is lambda. If we join the point P with a line to the center of the earth and E is the point on the equatorial plane, as you can see in the picture, then angle POE is equal to lambda. Suppose that g is acceleration due to gravity in the absence of rotational motion of the earth. Then the weight mg of the body, which is gravitational pull on the body, would act along PO, as you can see in the picture, PO. Suppose that the weight mg is represented by the vector PA. As the earth rotates about the axis z dash, the body at point P moves along the circular path whose center is at Q and radius is PQ. Angle OPQ is also equal to lambda. So this means PQ is equal to R cos of lambda. The centrifugal force on the body due to rotational motion of the earth acts along radius of the circular path and in outward direction. So the magnitude of the centrifugal force Fc, the magnitude of the centrifugal force Fc is given by mass of the body into radius of circular path into omega square. So that will be equal to m into r cos lambda into omega square. So that will be equal to m r omega square cos of lambda. Suppose that the centrifugal force Fc is represented by vector PB. To find the apparent weight mg dash, we have to complete the parallelogram PACB, as you can see in the picture. PACB, and this is P, this is A, this is C, and this is B. So PACB, such that PA is equal to mg and PB is equal to FC. So PA is equal to mg and PB is equal to FC. Then the diagonal PC represents the apparent weight. Diagonal PC will represent the apparent weight. So we can write down PC to be equal to PA square plus PB square plus 2PA PB into cos of 180 minus lambda, and this raised to the power 1 by 2. This is from parallelogram law of vector addition. Now in this case, angle APB, which is the angle between the two vectors PA and PB, is 180 degree minus lambda. So now we have to do the necessary calculations. We can write down PC to be equal to mg dash, PA to be equal to mg, and PB to be equal to mr omega square cos of lambda. So this will be the term after the necessary substitution. So therefore, replacing m throughout, we get g dash to be equal to g times 1 plus r square omega 4 by g square cos square lambda minus 2r omega square by g cos square lambda raised to the power half. Since r omega square by g is very small, so we can ignore the term containing r square omega 4 by g square. Therefore, we can write down g dash to be equal to g one minus 2r omega square by g cos square lambda raised to the power half. Expanding further by binomial theorem, we get g dash equal to g 1 minus r omega square by g cos square lambda. So this is after binomial expansion and neglecting higher order terms. So we can easily find that g dash is smaller than g. So it follows that acceleration due to gravity decreases due to rotational motion of the earth. Now at lambda equal to 90 degree, g pole will be equal to g, as cos lambda 90 is equal to 0, and at lambda equal to 0, that is at the equator, g equator will be equal to g minus r omega square. Hence the maximum effect of rotational motion of the earth on the value of g is at the equator. From the values of g at the poles and the equator, it follows that the value of g at a place increases with the increase in the latitude of the place. Lastly, we shall discuss effect of shape of earth. The Earth is not perfectly spherical in shape. It is believed that the non-spherical shape of the Earth is due to its rotation about the axis. It is flattened at the poles and bulges out at the equator. So as a result, the equatorial radius is greater than the polar radius. So if GE and GP be the values of the acceleration due to gravity at the equator and the poles respectively, then GE, that is the acceleration due to gravity at the equator, is Gm by Re square, and GP, that is the value of acceleration due to gravity at the poles, is Gm by Rp square. So as Rp is less than Re, this means GP will be greater than G. That is, acceleration due to gravity increases with latitude as one goes from equator to poles of the Earth. At sea level, the value of acceleration due to gravity at poles is greater than its value at the equator by 1.8 centimeter per second square. I repeat, at sea level, the value of acceleration due to gravity at poles is greater than its value at the equator by 1.8 centimeter per second square. So this will be all regarding today's discussion. Thank you.